Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, about 2 hours ago, we got the update to the Open Gaming License. This is the second time. It's really the first major time we've heard back from Wizards of the Coast, but it's the second official time that we heard back from them. They put a post out, I think, on their Discord page that said we're gonna address this soon, and that was earlier this week. All right, so really what I want to do is I want to go in here and I want to look at things that are kind of corporate speak, not necessarily true or not necessarily their primary intentions. They may say it was, but I am very skeptical of that. So let's read it together. When we initially conceived of revising the OGL, it was with three major goals in mind. First, we wanted the ability to prevent the use of D&D content from being included in hateful and discriminatory products. So I think that was a goal of theirs, but it was definitely not the primary goal, and I don't think it was in the top 10. So this is something they're putting out to try and make everybody happy, but I think that's disingenuous. Second, we wanted to address those attempting to use D&D in Web3 blockchain games and NFT. Again, probably a goal. I haven't even seen any NFT D&D at all. I've only seen news web articles. That's it, in really obscure like news sites. So no, that wasn't in the top 10 either. And third, we wanted to ensure that the OGL is for the content creator, the home brewer, the aspiring designer, our players. That's all corporate speech. That's all feel-good speech that they're putting in there. Our players and the community, not major corporations for the use of their own commercial and promotional purpose. So what corporations are they talking about? Because as far as I know, they're the biggest corporation that's there. There isn't another tabletop RPG corporation that's bigger than them. They're it. They're number one. So I think they wanted to ensure the OGL is for them. That's what I think. And I think they wanted to make sure that it was not being used by anyone else whatsoever at all. There are corporations like Paizo that are using the OGL, but they're not. They're probably not even 1% the size of Wizards of the Coast. So driving these goals were two simple principles. Our job is to be good stewards of the game. They definitely have shown us that they're not good stewards of the game over the last 2 months. And the OGL exists for the benefit of the fans. Well, you're trying to unauthorize the prior OGL, which was to the benefit of the fans. Nothing about these principles has wavered for a second. That's disingenuous. That was why our early drafts of the OGL included the provisions they did. But these were sent out as contracts. So how can that be a draft if they were sent out as contracts? The draft, they keep saying draft. The draft language was provided to content creators and publishers so that feedback could be considered. In addition, the language allowing us to address discriminating and hateful content and clarifying what types of products the OGL covers. Our drafts included royalty language design. So they keep putting this discriminatory, hateful language thing out. That definitely was not their primary goal. They're just being disingenuous, and they're trying to make everybody feel happy, joy, and good. However, it's clear from the reaction that we rolled a 1. That's so campy. And also disingenuous. It has become clear that it is no longer possible to fully achieve all three goals. Their primary goal was to put third-party publishers out of business. That was the primary goal. We all know that. So the next OGL will contain provisions that allow us to protect and cultivate the inclusive environment we are trying to build and specify that it covers only content for tabletop RPGs. Well, the draft OGL that we got, OGL 1.1, said that already. It said it only covered written and electronic material. That means other expressions such as educational and charitable campaigns, live streams, cosplay, VTT users. Well, the fan content covers that. So again, they're being disingenuous. Will remain unaffected. Of course, it's going to remain unaffected because it's covered under a completely different policy. Content already released under 1.0A will also remain unaffected. Well, what about content that gets released tomorrow under 1.0A? 1.0A does state that you can use any authorized version of the Open Gaming License. So they can put one D&D under a new OGL, but they can't unauthorize older versions. At least that's as far as I have been told or concerned or understand. What it will not contain is a royalty structure. It will also not include the license back provision that some people were afraid of was used for a means to steal work. That, of course, it crossed their mind. Of course it did. They wanted to make that agreement so untenable to others to sign that they wouldn't sign it and they would be forced to go to court. There's still, I still feel that there is going to be a lawsuit that comes out of this. And then they continue about language, about not stealing people's work and how people own things, and they understood that they own things. And so the last couple of thoughts, we won't be able to release the OGL today. So today was the day that they were supposed to release it because that's what it said in the contract, not the draft, the contract that they sent out to a few people, including Kickstarter. And you don't send drafts out for people to sign. That is not something that happens. So because we need to get it right, but it is coming. Second, you're going to hear people say they won and we lost. This is being disingenuous again to the fan community. They shouldn't be pitting one group against another or doing that. That's not right. Those people will only be half right. They won, and so did we. Our plan was always to solicit the input of our community before any update to the OGL. But they sent a contract out to several different business entities. That was not a draft. That was a final. That was a final copy. The drafts you've seen were attempting to but the drafts we saw were leaks. They didn't officially put those drafts out and say, "Hey, everybody, review this." They put a draft. There was a draft that was leaked to a few select people who were afraid of being sued. Any change this major, so they need an editor. Any change this major could only have been done well if we were willing to take that feedback. No matter how it was provided, so we are. Thank you for caring enough to let us know what works and what doesn't, what you need and what scares you. Without knowing that, we can't do our part to make the new OGL match our principles. Finally, we appreciate the chance to make this right. We love D&D's devoted players. That's not what we've heard, according to the leaks from some of their employees. We love D&D's devoted players and the creators who take them on so many incredible adventures. We won't let you down. So my final thoughts about this is there's nothing in here that says about whether OGL 1.0 will be authorized or unauthorized. They didn't address that. They just said things that have been created so far will still be covered. Well, of course, they've always still been covered. That was a contract. They can't void that contract. That has to be voided by both parties. What they need to address is what's going to happen from here on out. What's going to happen when someone wants to create material for 5th edition or more 3rd or 3.5 edition under the OGL after their new OGL comes out? Are they going to, is there going to be a consequence to that? That's what I'm saying. So, all right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.